It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
All you kids want to get on and shit.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
I'll be damned.
At the count of three, I want y'all to tell me the name of my DJ. 1, 2, 3.
The poppers pop and the breakers break. Like the fellas say ho and the girls say hey. Give it up for the DJ, Mr. Throwback Thursday.
And now, here's your hosts, Bill Winters and Mr. Throwback Thursday himself, Jamie Robinson.
It is 2019, and it is Mr. Throwback Thursday, and it is episode 257. Welcome, everybody, to the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast and live stream, coming to you live via Periscope. It is your two favorite idiots. Bill is up in New York. Jamie is up down in Virginia. How are you, my friend?
I am well. Live to see another year.
Yes, we did. Yeah,
we did. The show did.
Want to thank DJ B for stepping in for me, as I had some things that had to be attended to last week. And
Yes.
Unfortunately, with the holidays and the way the schedule fell, it was just one of those things where we've said it many times in the past. Life happens.
Yep.
Life happened last week.
Yeah. Life gets in the way.
Life does get in the way. And unfortunately, before we get going into 2019, life unfortunately did not get in the way for a lot of people in 2018. We lost a lot of people.
We did. I
last
didn't
year.
realize how many.
We had a lot of fresh in pieces. If we go all the way back to February, we lost Lovebug Starsky.
Yep.
You remember that? We reported on that. In March, we lost the one and only Craig Mack.
Yeah, that one was crazy.
That one hurt a little bit because I knew he was sick, but I didn't know he was that sick.
Right. Yeah. No, we just knew that he had gone to the commune,
Right.
down there in South Carolina, and that's where he'd been hanging out. And
in April, we lost a man named Ted DeVoe, who you know better as the Godfather from
Yes.
Booyah Tribe.
I was listening to some Booyah the other day. When I was putting all this stuff together, that's what I was saying. I said, man, I really want to hear Raid by Booyah Tribe.
In May 1st, we lost the infamous funky drummer from James Brown, John Jabo Starks.
Yeah, nothing says hip-hop more than the funky drummer. I mean,
No, probably the most sampled percussion beat in history.
Yeah.
August 24th, we lost DJ Ready Red, because I remember reporting on that and everybody putting up pictures of DJ Red Alert because they couldn't get the two of them straight.
Yeah, that was crazy. Because the first one I saw was a picture of Red Alert, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, because you texted me and you're like, what the hell is this shit? And then I looked and I said, no, that says Ready Red. That doesn't say Red Alert.
Yeah.
I think they got the wrong. And it didn't say Red Alert's real name, which we know.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
so we were like, no, they just flip-flopped the pictures. So in September, current hip-hop lost a huge name. Mac Miller passed away. And the repercussions of that one are still being felt.
Yeah.
Basically, it has thrown Ariana Grande's world into a shitstorm since it happened. He has been nominated posthumously for a Grammy. So for once, somebody's going to give a fuck about a goddamn Grammy.
Yeah, maybe.
In October, we lost Toker of Brownside, and we decided to use Brownside as our one and done that week, I believe. And then October 26th, this one kind of hurt too, because this one was one of the stalwarts of the hip hop community for a long time.
Yeah.
Baba OJ from Arrested Development passed away. And what did we say was 82?
Yeah, he was
in his 80s. I know
he
that.
Wasn't
I couldn't
young.
remember it was 82. But yeah, he was in his 80s. Lot of fresh in pieces last year.
I want to say, now that we're kicking off the new year and we've mentioned all of those that we've lost, very good, long time, way back friend of ours, Dana Taylor, is as of the last week, a grandfather.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations to the King Dana T.
To the original King Dana T. Yes. He's a granddaddy.
Yeah, he sent me a picture today of him and his grandson together, and I was like, man, you guys got the same haircut.
Yeah. That just means we're getting old, man.
No, it means Dana's getting old, not the rest of us.
I'm older than Dana.
Shh. Yeah, but published author King Dana T.
That's true. Yes, published author King Dana T. Willis Tate?
Yes, the great Willis Tate.
The great Willis Tate.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something to read, go to Amazon. You can order The Great Willis Tate. It's by a man named Dana Taylor. We know him as King Dana T. He was one of the original members. Before there was a TBT posse, there was a Robinson Crusoe posse.
There was.
He was one of the original members. So congratulations to the King, Dana T, for his grandson. As you can see, we are enjoying our Death Wish coffee, we always do, in our Throwback Thursday mugs. We want to thank everybody who supported us in 2018 by becoming patrons, by purchasing mugs, by doing whatever it was basically that we asked you to do. The posse has always had our back beyond belief.
Yeah,
so
because the posse got velocity.
The show is only about an hour and a half to 2 hours long in a good week. It would take longer than that to thank the posse properly.
Yes.
So we will just say a generic, huge thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. And
proper.
And buckle your seatbelts, because 2019, if all goes well, is going to hopefully be a very big year for the Mr. Throwback Thursday brand.
Yes, we're on a
for
mission.
The podcast. And everybody who wants to come along with us. We had some new sponsors join this year, which was great. Of course, Death Wish Coffee's been with us, ride or die
nearly since day one, yeah.
But Bittersweet Candy joined us. Melted Mike's joined us very early in the year. And it was nice to have Pumice on a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and for all those who asked me, yes, we will be having Pumice back on. I haven't even discussed with Bill yet, but we're discussing a possibly monthly segment to have Pumice come on and do a segment. So you will get your taste of Plumbus.
Of Plumbus, yes. And who knows? We may have some new segments coming about this year.
You never know. We don't ever plan segments. They just kind of happen.
They organically grow from the soil. I mean, Woo News was an organic growth. Bill Reed's lyrics was an organic growth. So
we're kind of an organic growth.
I've been called worse.
Yeah.
But to start 2019, we have our usual lineup. We have a few pieces of hip hop headlines.
We do. We have an anniversary coming up.
We do. We do indeed. On January 23rd is the official anniversary date. The little show that could turns 5 years old.
Yeah, that's like 100 in podcast years.
It really is. I mean, I don't even know if some of the big ones that were going when we came out are still going.
I don't know. I know that we're going to be doing some contests, some trivia, some just straight giveaways with the upcoming anniversary. I went back. I was listening to, get this, relax, breathe. I listened to episode 1 the other day.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
God, it was horrible. But it was cool because it said, this is what we plan to do. We set out to do this and this and this and this. And when we get to our anniversary show, we'll dig deeper into this. But we have done everything that we said we were going to do and more. So I'm happy with that.
Who knows? We may even play a little snippet on the 5-year anniversary.
Ooh, we may. We may.
We may go back into the Wayback Machine.
We might have it.
Just to, it'd be funny to start with the first 30 seconds of the first show.
With the original intro?
When we had no idea what we were doing.
Well, so, that was until like last week that we had no idea, but I understand where you're going now.
How old are we now? Today, years old.
Yeah, exactly.
And we still don't know what we're doing.
No.
But we'll just keep going with what works. Hip-hop headlines. We have some Woo News this week. We have a one and done, which, again, Jamie has exceeded expectations on that one.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
And while he was in the rabbit hole, he found the record of the week, too, which When I read that, I thought we were on a different website altogether. We will remind you who the new artist of the month is.
Mm-hmm.
It is January 2019, after all, and I love the choice, by the way.
Thank you.
I will continue to read lyrics as long as the people want to hear it. So,
as long as Beezus doesn't show up and do it for you.
Pause. Beezus did a good job. He was all in on it.
He was.
I'll say that, man. He was jumped in feet first, but
Pause.
It's good. Pause. No, that was last week.
Yes. This week we're full steam ahead.
I swear to God, I wish we could take that snippet and put it on your little soundboard for the rest of the show.
Pause.
So when in doubt, we could just have Beezus go, pause.
Anything is possible in the new year.
You never know, that's for sure. But you know what we're going to do?
What's that?
Start with some hip-hop headlines like we always do. So, for 2019, the first time, why don't you hit me with a little of that Triple H?
This is Hip Hop Headlines, brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your time.
In 2019, it's still my turn. And I'm actually surprised. This is an article from the New York Post, from the page 6 portion of the New York Post, that I didn't send you.
I know.
I usually send you everything from the New York Post.
And
you found this one before I did.
Now, it's been a long time since I've actually held the Post and read the Post. I used to really enjoy their sports section just because of the headlines and the colorful explanations. And so it was before page 6 was page 6.
Right.
So now, let everybody, in page 6, kind of like the...
Gossip.
Yeah. I'd say like people, us...
It's the Post version of TMZ. They actually have a television show
Do
now.
they?
Page 6 TV, yeah. At least they do up here in New York. It wouldn't make any sense to have it anywhere else.
No. Oh, what am I missing in New York? Let me turn on page 6 and see.
Well, page6.com, which is a subsection of nypost.com. And you have titled it, Guess Who I Saw?
Because that's what it usually seems to be. Anything that I get or anything that I see about it, it always seems to be, hey, guess who we saw doing this? Hey, guess who we saw doing this?
And if I say, and guess who we saw? What should your...
Dave the milkman, or Dave the dope fiend shooting dope who don't know the meaning of water nor soap.
That's right, but that's not who we saw. We saw the well, we didn't see it.
No, somebody saw it.
Somebody saw it. The purveyor of lip licking and Rock the Bells radio. That would be one James Todd Smith, and they found him eating in an upscale Asian fusion eatery called Toku, which was in Long Island. So it says hip hop star LL Cool J was spotted eating. An enthusiastic patron told Page 6. Of course, they didn't.
I saw LL eating.
Yes.
What the hell, man?
You know what the best part was as I skimmed through this article, and we're kind of changing the way we do things here. I'm not necessarily going to read everything verbatim.
Right. We'll hit you some important stuff.
But you know what I picked out of this in the second thing? What is the official soft drink of hip hop?
Sprite.
What was LL drinking while he was having his dinner at the Asian fusion eatery Toku?
Can I guess Sprite?
You would be correct, sir, because they made sure they mentioned it.
I saw that. I was like,
he said, he was sipping on a Sprite. And I said, it's a funny thing about stereotypes. They become stereotypes because more often than not, they're true.
They're true, yeah. Yeah, he was either drinking a Sprite or he was drinking a St. Ides, and I don't think anybody's doing that anymore.
The best part about it is it says he was very friendly. He was a nice guy. He was saying hello to everybody. He smiled for pictures. He was sending peace signs across the room.
And I could just picture that already. LL just sitting there going,
licking his lips at the women. You know,
because I have noticed he does seem to be like a really, really nice guy anytime I've seen anything on him.
Yeah.
But nobody loves LL more than LL loves LL.
No, he's very much Snoop Doggish in that way.
Yeah. Yep. And, he's gotten himself to where he is. So I get it. Mm-hmm. But, the ladies love Cool James, and so does James.
Cool James loves Cool James.
Todd loves Cool James.
And we're going to mention him a little bit later on.
Oh.
At the end of Hip Hop Headlines. That's foreshadowing. That's not trifling. That's foreshadowing. No. Our next article, LL was spotted out at a diner. Pretty soon, you may be able to say the same thing about Earl Simmons.
I cannot wait. As how many times have we said, go check the website, see if he's hanging out in jail? Because you've got your own website to let you know.
It's pretty.
Is DMX in jail?
.com.
Yes.
Well, according to Double XL, and you've titled it, X Gonna Give It To You.
Damn right.
Next month, February 2019, X Gonna Get Out to you.
Yes.
He will be getting out of jail next month after serving time for tax evasion. Total prison sentence was 12 months. Mm-hmm. He's actually supposed to be released at the end of this month. So I take that back. January 27th is the tentative date of release. And, it says he's been in and out, and we've reported on it. He's been in and out of prison for a number of legal offenses. But word is that, of course, Earl is excited to go home, be with his family, and resume his film and music career once he's out of prison, which is a good thing because he still has to pay restitution back.
Right. Yeah, and he's got child support that he's got to pay. He's got his taxes that he needs to pay.
Right. So, and he has a 2-year-old son that he's anxious to see, who I guess has some serious health issues. His young son, Exodus, which is kind of a cool last name when you think about it.
It is. If you're gonna go big, call your kid Exodus.
And here's the cool thing. Outlet goes on to say that X has written a shit ton of songs in prison and is eager to go in the studio and flesh those things out for a new project. So we may get some new X music. He's going to have to do some kind of new music if he wants to pay this stuff off. He still owes $2.3 million in restitution. And I guess he still has a legal case pending in Los Angeles for something. It doesn't go into detail for what. But a judge will allow DMX to pay off his debt with monthly installments of 10% of his gross monthly income. So it may take him for the rest of his life, but at least he'll be out and he'll be able to make a living and he'll be able to do what he has to do in order to make money to pay that back.
Yeah, he's making new music. Now that's what I like to hear. Okay, you're stuck inside. I don't want to say it's not doing hard time because I don't do time, so I don't know which is hard and which isn't.
Right. To me, any time could be hard time.
Yeah, but you're
spreading.
You're
just like the flu.
Watch out, homeboy. Don't let it get you. But anyway. he's in jail, making the best of his time. As far as we're concerned, he's writing new music, which is going to help him pay the debts that he owes. Plus, it gives us new DMX,
which is never a bad thing for anybody.
No. And I'm already sending emails to see what we can do.
Plus, he's going to be under court-ordered supervision for 3 years, but that's usually par for the course once that sort of thing happens.
Well, but maybe that'll keep him more on the straight and narrow, to be able to give us more DMX and less in trouble Earl Simmons,
I'll take more DMX and less in trouble Earl Simmons because God knows, if nothing else, we need a follow-up to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We need him to bust out another Christmas Carol.
Hell yes.
Now, have you seen the ad for the new Jordan Peele movie?
I had not.
Us?
I have not. I heard about it, and I heard that he had, is it Lupita Nyong'o who's in it?
Lupita Nyong'o, yep. And
I saw that he had her watch a whole bunch of horror movies beforehand, so that I guess so she could understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
So that interests me already.
I saw the ad because I loved Get Out. I thought Get Out was one of the best movies I saw in the last 2 years. And we have a lot of people joining us on the scope, so I'll just give a happy new year to everybody, including our fantasy football champion. Peach 639, Hugo Gonzalez, the West Coast correspondent.
Yes, Hugo, you need to hit me with your mailing address because I've got something to send out to you for winning.
Big congratulations to Hugo Gonzalez.
Yeah,
so,
I have made, I will leak the information now. I have made.
I saw what you sent them to me.
I know.
So.
Something for first place and something for last place.
Which I did not take, thankfully.
You did not. No, which will be passed around to the winner and loser each year.
Right. Kind of like a trophy, but we don't have the money to engrave it.
No. So you're going to have to write your name on the back in marker and your year and your team name, but the directions will come with it.
Right.
And then next year, after we have a new winner and loser, it's your responsibility to mail it to them.
I don't think Hugo plans on giving it up.
He doesn't.
He wants an Ice Cube, yay, yay, and I think he earned it.
Yay, yay.
There you go.
Hey, Lieutenant Tom's here, too.
So anyway, the reason we were talking about this movie is when I saw the trailer for it, the first thing that you pick up on is, holy shit, they're playing the Loonies.
I heard that, which is why, again, I haven't watched it yet, but I heard that and I said, what?
You hear that boom, boom, and just the whole I got 5 on it. In fact, the kid even asked, what does that song mean? And the daughter in the back goes, it's a drug song.
Yeah.
It's not a drug song. It's a dope song. And I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, it's a song about dope. But I don't think that's what they were going for. But no. I think it's really cool that they're using that because I don't think there's a lot of people outside of the hip hop world who know about that song or who have any idea who Loonies are, or the fact that they were once known as Looney Tunes and probably had to stop using that because they didn't have that Bugs Bunny money.
It's just like the production software. It's FL Studio. It used to be called Fruit Loops.
Yep.
And it no longer is allowed to be. But no, I thought it was really cool. Number one, that the Loonies are being used in what I can only assume is going to be a giant movie.
If it's anything like Get Out, then yes, it's going to be. And you know what? This one, where Get Out had some scary moments to it, it wasn't necessarily
a creepy movie.
A horror movie.
Right.
It was more a suspense movie.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a straight out thriller.
That's what I like to hear. Like when I read that part in the other article that said he had Lupita Nyong'o watching all the horror movies, I'm like, ooh, is he going to do a real horror movie? Not that the other one wasn't scary, but it wasn't a horror movie.
Do you remember the, what the hell was it? The Strangers?
Yes.
Where that weird family with the pillowcases on their head and stuff just tortured that family because they were there?
Yeah.
Or because they were home?
They were home,
That's why they said it goes, because you were home?
Yeah.
It seems to kind of touch on that. I guess the premise of this movie is that this family is being tortured by whether they're real people or something else, but they look exactly like them.
Mm-hmm.
They think like them. They talk like them. They know how they. And the whole tagline of the movie is, "We are our own worst enemy." Because Jordan Peele makes some. He makes some points with his stuff. So,
which is why people flock to see his stuff.
So, if anything, and we may very well put the trailer for this on the Mr. Throwback Thursday page.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tweet it out or whatever. Liv Tyler played in that joint. In what? In Get Out?
No.
Because that was Allison Williams.
No, she may have been in. Is she in the new one?
Oh no! Liv Tyler was in The Strangers.
In The Strangers.
That's right. Yeah, I do remember that. No, that movie was freaky. So I'm expecting a freaky ass movie on this. But it says here, you know, when the trailer hit on Christmas, it said a lot of people probably felt a wave of nostalgia when they heard the Looney's classic, I Got Five on It, in the opening sequence of the trailer. You hear it within the first 10 seconds of the trailer. It begins with an African-American family cruising down a desolate road with I Got Five on It blasting through the car stereo. And the father tells his wife, that's a classic right there, bumping his head along to that, you know, the tune that samples Club Nouveau's Why You Treat Me So Bad. Mm-hmm. The couple's confused young son in the back seat, meanwhile, asks his parents about the track's drug referencing lyrics. But he goes, it's arguably the most notable weed song ever. Is based on a simple rule. Everybody who pitches in gets to indulge. I got five on it. Grab your 40. Let's get keyed. I got five on it. Messing with that Indo weed. So, and it goes into the whole weed culture, which it says may be the most well-known weed song. I would think, you know, Insane in the Membrane or Madism might have something to say about that. But
don't mess with Hakeem.
I'm wondering if this song, you know, when Bohemian Rhapsody just came out, Bohemian Rhapsody is charting again for like the fourth time in its
history.
Yeah, it's charting again based off the popularity of that movie. I'm wondering if I Got Five on It is going to get a boost from this movie.
From the trailer alone. And I'm wondering if it's in the film. Well, yeah, you said it was playing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
because they're listening to it on the drive in the film, and he's explaining what the song is about. So,
yeah, it'd be nice to see the Loonies get a little pop.
So, you know, let's hear it for Yuck Mouth and Numbskull.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be really interesting. It says watch the video for I Got Five on It, which you can, of course, watch if you click on the show notes when you go to us. And then the trailer is in the show notes as well because it's right underneath. And man, this shit looks freaky, dude.
I want to look back. I want to see. We did the Loonies as a long
time ago, yeah.
And since I was digging in the archives earlier, as I mentioned, you know, I listened to episode 1, which Bill will tell you, I don't listen to past episodes. By the time I'm done recording it, and
John Henderson says that song already gets a boost from us shouting it out every week for our Patreon
that's
shout-outs.
Right. All our over $5 patrons.
That's right.
Yeah, it was episode 66, entitled Fuck Bomani Jones.
Oh, which was one of our favorite episodes.
2 hours and 46 minutes of show. We must have been on a tangent.
I would think so, yes. Because, you know, well, Bomani Jones got us pretty triggered that show.
He did. I was a little irritated with him talking shit about Guru. But
we all know some mumble artists will try to remix a song like Wayne did, Special Delivery. Yeah, you know that's coming too. So, speaking of mumble artists and everything, you know, my son went on last night was New Year's Eve as we record, and Wyatt was down in the Barclays Center, familiar to you.
Yes.
Watching Post Malone.
So he paid money to do this.
He did. Well, somebody did. I don't know if he did or whatever.
The key, though, is, did he enjoy the show?
He did.
Okay.
He did. I can't listen to that guy. I've tried.
I have a harder time watching him than listening to him.
He just looks to me like he smells like, you know, hot garbage and patchouli.
Yes. It's like yesterday's jam.
Anyway, let's get on with hip-hop headlines. You're calling this next one Burger with a Side of Vinyl. And I want to share this with you. Emily got a turntable for Christmas.
Oh.
So she has vinyl now.
Nice.
She's not scratching it or anything
No.
because all the vinyls she has right now are show tunes and things like that. But I bought her first 3 albums, one of which was a collector's red vinyl edition of the Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack.
Nice.
Because I'm a good father.
You are. It's an excellent soundtrack.
So there's a bar in Denver in the Sunnyside neighborhood called the Monkey Barrel.
I already like it.
They sell records through their Uber Eats app. So if you order from this place and get food, you can get vinyl delivered with it.
That's what I'm talking about.
They deliver the dinner music as well as the food. Which,
I didn't know about this Uber Eats thing because I don't usually...
Uber Eats has gotten huge up here.
I looked into it because when I read the article, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I looked into it, I'm like, wow, that's really a big thing. You know,
yeah.
I tend to make my own food. I'll run out to the store and buy stuff. Every once in a while, we'll go out and get something to eat or we'll eat out. But I understand for people who eat out a lot, this is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to look and see if it's in our area because, like, if I want to order something from around here and say, "Hey, bring me my food,"
dude, you know what? It's not even upscale food either. The McDonald's in Hyde Park delivers with Uber Eats,
but they don't give you.
I mean,
they don't give you albums though.
No, the Monkey Barrel does.
Yeah.
And I'll read a little bit of this one because it says, the neighborhood beer bar has partnered up with a local record company to offer delivery vinyl service. So now you can order a sandwich, a slice of chocolate cake, and a side of Wu-Tang Clan.
That's the thing. I wonder if you can call them up and ask for a pairing. So I'm thinking about getting this. What kind of record would you recommend to go with it?
Like a wine.
Yeah. I would volunteer for that type of job. So, all right, you ordered this and this and this. Look, might I recommend a little Pete Rock and Seal Smooth to go with that?
Now, see, you ordered the chili burger, and the chili burger here is very spicy. You're going to want something that's got a little spice to it. May I recommend the Booyah Tribe?
Meet your little Spice One.
Oh, even better. Yes. So it says, why wouldn't we send out a record as delivery with an Uber Eats order, said Ryan Dykstra, owner of Ryan Dykstra Records, who has partnered with the Monkey Barrel to do this. His love of Dykstra's love of vintage vinyl began when he was a college student in the mid-'90s. He goes, back then CDs had just come along. Vinyl was dead. You could buy any single for $1 or an album for a few bucks. Yeah. He said, I started collecting, and before I knew it, I had thousands of records. See, that's what I like. Get in on a ground floor.
Yeah, well, a lot of us, that's how I have so many cassettes, because it's the same thing. Cassettes have not caught the nostalgia wave that vinyl has yet. So, and I have a record player. I have a dual cassette player, so I can, I just picked up, as I showed you, 35 cents. Clean copy. 35 cents.
Anything that isn't a streaming thing right now is going to be a collector's item. The CDs I pick up from the thrift store, $2,
But that was the thing.
2006
You used to be able to get a record in a thrift store for 50 cents or $1. Now people are scooping those up and turning around. Okay, well, you got to pay $10, $20 for a used record. I don't think I ever paid over $10 for a new record.
Especially if it's something that's out of print.
Yeah.
Those go for big dollars.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I see our friend Grandmaster T shopping all the time. He's like, I spent $150, and he pulls it out, and he's got like 8 records. I'm like, what else did you spend money on?
I hope he got one of his big Cuban cigars with that.
Yes, our friends, the Hendersons, did a little shopping this week and may have scored a couple of things for me, which will make their way to the show.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So it says, 2016 was the year vinyl started to become cool again, and that's when Dykstra decided to try to make a business out of it. He's been on a mission to spread his love of vinyl ever since. He goes, my company is all records all the time. So he teams up with retail stores, coffee shops, restaurants, anything to sell records. He opens pop-up shops and sells out of his yellow school bus at festivals. I guess the guy's got a yellow school bus.
That's awesome. Like a bookmobile.
Dykstra's most recent endeavor combines old with the new. Vinyl records and a smartphone app. Along with his friend Jimmy, and this is the guy's real name. I'm not making this up. Jimmy Nig. Owner of the Monkey Barrel, Dykstra picked 4 albums that can be delivered along with a meal through the Uber Eats app. Wu-Tang Clan's Enter the 36 Chambers, Bass Nectar's Va-Va-Voom, Axis Bold as Love by Jimi Hendrix, and Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. So out of all of this, Wu-Tang's the only hip-hop album he's offering.
So he's only got 4 or 5 albums that he offers. I wonder how many copies of these things he's got.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too. He must have picked up a ton of them, from some warehouse
over his $1 days.
I think we touch on all the cool points as far as Jimi Hendrix being a classic rock icon, Wu-Tang being a nice representative of what's cool in hip-hop, Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory was a huge record in the dawn of rock and rap together, and there were so many singles from that particular album that were released on the radio, and Bass Nectar is actually a good friend of his. When I was a nightclub promoter, I booked him a lot of times before he got huge, and that covers the dance hall side.
Before he got huge.
Huge. So I guess, you know what? We probably could have put that in Woo News now that I think about it.
Yeah, we could have.
But it's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And the fact that vinyl's coming back.
Yes.
Maybe, because vinyl's coming back, maybe we'll get some more DJs who actually know how to cut vinyl instead of these
iPad DJs.
iPad, iMac, DJ just... It doesn't mean what it used to be. No. Disc jockey. You have to have a disc.
Yes, not a compact disc.
No.
I was watching.
I don't even use those.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry. As an example, DJ B was spinning, and he uses a mixture of everything.
I know he does.
So he's in the middle, and his computer locked up. Before losing any listeners, any viewers on the Periscope, he flipped the switch, grabbed a couple records because his vinyl's all behind him, and continued on. So you need to know how to do it. You don't have to always do it. You don't want to be dragging your crates to every performance, but you need to have the knowledge in order to call yourself a DJ.
Right. There's a lot more to it than just playing music.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from wedding DJs. I don't expect them to be spinning and cutting. But if your profession is
the thing with wedding DJs, though, they call themselves DJs. Wedding DJs are more of an MC.
I would agree
because yes, they play the music and all that, but they keep the flow of the event going.
I agree.
Because I've done that before.
Yes.
In fact, I work as the MC sometimes with a friend of mine who has the DJ equipment. He spins the tunes, I do the talking, and it goes really, really smooth. Kind of like this.
Yes. Friend of the show, Devil's DJ Scott. I would not expect him to be carrying crates around with him because that's not the type of DJ he is. Accomplished DJ in his own right, but he is not a hip-hop DJ. If you call yourself a hip-hop DJ, you better know how to work vinyl.
That is a world of difference between being an event DJ.
Yes.
So, anyway, our final piece of hip-hop headlines, and I actually listened to a portion of this on
Shade.
On Shade, because I don't normally listen to Shade because I don't like a lot of the music that they play on Shade.
Yep.
But when I heard this was coming on, I listened to as much of this as I could. Eminem is the operator of Shade 45, much like LL is the operator of Rock the Bells. It's his channel. He's had it for
quite a while now.
5 years now, 5-6 years. Eminem chose 12 tracks, and he called it his 12 Days of Dismiss.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Pretty
simple, but, still creative.
His favorite 12 diss tracks. And Eminem's list, and kind of, a little background on him. Some of them number 12 on his list was The Bridge Is Over. It says, among the earliest disses, beef involved 2 rap crews arguing over the birthplace of hip-hop. Boogie Down Productions, representing the Bronx, effectively taking Queensbridge MC Shan's The Bridge and scribbling all over it. KRS had enough smoke for the entire Juice crew, including Marley Marl, BDK, and Roxanne Shante, and was savage enough to go for their Puma sneakers. Of course, BDK's Big Daddy Kane.
Dark Gable.
But I don't, I love Kane. I can't. Yeah. Number 11, he has on his list Roxanne Shante with Roxanne's Revenge.
Yes, and I talked about this on B's show. This was one of the big ones that we brought up that I didn't know for a lot of years that this whole thing was done in one take.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until I read this, because it was entirely improvised.
Yeah.
She didn't write it. She came up with it on the spot.
Yeah. Now, for anyone who believes that Roxanne is not one of the most talented MCs of all time, go watch her movie.
And I really enjoy her show, Have a Nice Day, on Rock the Bells Radio.
Please believe it.
Entirely improvised and recorded at the ripe old age of 14. Shawnee was the queen of the Juice crew. She wound up with a major hit on her hands in the form of Roxanne's Revenge, wherein she took Roxanne, Roxanne, which itself was only a B-side record.
Yes.
And basically, she adopted that character from that record and doled out a response to UTFO.
That's what I think is the coolest thing. It had nothing to do with her. Her name is not Roxanne.
No.
It's Lolita Shante. Not Roxanne. And she said, I'm going to become Roxanne so I can go back at these guys who have this popular record out right now and act like it was about me. Also, as we were hearing it, I never knew that. I just, so who is this girl? Oh, it was about her?
No, just somebody who decided, you know what, I'm going to play this role and I'm going to make some money.
But she is the ROXANNE.
Number 10 on the list, very appropriate, is 10% Diss, which is MC Light's track towards Antoinette.
It is. Antoinette, who's back on the scene.
Yes, I know. Friends of MC Light, including Milk D and Gizmo from Audio 2, were pissed off that Antoinette's debut single, I Got an Attitude, sounded somewhat similar to Top Billin'. Two parties did not want to diss a female, being Milk and Giz, so they asked Light to do it. And Light was like, I'm with it. She responded with 10% Diss, named because she claims the song only contained 10% of what she could have said about Antoinette.
And I believe that.
The resulting diss sparked a back and forth between them, including songs such as Lights Out, Party Over, and then MC Light basically ended that whole thing with Shut the F Up, Ho.
Hot damn ho, here we go again.
And then Antoinette disappeared for the better part of 35 years until she just recently came out with some stuff.
Yeah, she's in the studio now. She wrote a book.
I love the fact that 10% diss is because I only used 10% of what I could have said about that. Number 9 on this list is one of your favorites.
I love this song.
That's why. I know you love the song. Jack the Ripper.
King
by
Hercules.
LL Cool J. I told you we were going to get back to LL.
You did.
And we've made mention of the fact that if you look at the cover of How You Like Me Now, you see LL's Kangol is under the tires of the Jeep. Well known, Cool Mo D upset at LL because 1, he felt LL stole his style, and 2, see if this sounds familiar, he thought that LL was disrespectful of the hip hop OGs. And now LL is an OG.
He is.
So these guys had a feud that was only just starting to spill onto wax. Jack the Ripper was the boiling point where LL clearly saw fit to defend himself finally, likening himself to the infamous Jack the Ripper and calling Cool Mo D washed up.
Which I mentioned to B last week. And I said, and you'll understand and appreciate the reference. I think Mo D pulled an Andre the Giant. And
laid down.
Yep, and let LL, all right, look, I see that you can be the future. where I need to leave off and let you have it. That's what I believe happened. I have no evidence to the contrary.
I don't have the dates in front of me, and I probably should have. Did Let's Go come out after Jack the Ripper? Or was Jack the Ripper a response to Let's Go? Because Let's Go was on the Nightmare 4 soundtrack.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look them up.
Because Let's Go has that infamous lower level lackluster last least limp lover, which
lazy lethargic.
When I heard that, I was like, oh, he is taking no prisoners.
Hung him on the head and rocked those bells.
I don't know why LL considers number 8 a diss track. Because it's not a diss on any artist.
Hold on, let me scroll. No, not on an artist.
On the establishment, maybe.
Yes.
His number 8 diss track is Fuck the Police.
Yeah.
And, it did, yeah. Eminem tried his best to convince Paul Rosenberg and DJ Who Kid that the diss was actually about the band The Police, which, why?
Have you ever seen?
Why? Because this song came out way before Piss Dookie completely ripped off The Police.
But he had Sting with him.
Yeah, because he probably had to pay him a shit ton of money.
But have you ever seen the shirt with the police on it and it says fuck NWA?
Yes, I think that's hysterical. But that's the only thing. I would say it's a diss record on the establishment. I would not say it's a diss record on any one artist. No. Whereas number 7 on the list is a complete diss on the guys who made
number 8. Yeah.
And we're talking about, I can't believe this is this low on the list.
I don't know if they're in any order.
Because they can't be, because if you notice what's not on here.
Yes, I know.
The shit that makes you burn
slow. Shit that make your soul burn slow.
Number 7 on Eminem's list was No Vaseline by Ice Cube. And we've told this story before, too. Ice Cube left NWA over unpaid royalties.
Yep.
So NWA saw fit to take shots at him, and Cube kept quiet.
Yeah.
Then Dre called Cube a Benedict Arnold, and Cube was like, nah.
It's go time.
Came out with No Vaseline, effectively breaking up NWA, because how can you respond to something like, God damn, I'm glad y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you're just wet and soft.
That's one of my favorite beginnings. God damn, I'm glad y'all set it off. It's like, yes.
Yeah, Cube came, hit that again. Because Cube came out punching on that. And the funny thing is, Dre took the lumps on that. And then number 6, next year.
Well, that's when he smartened up and said.
He fired off and said, you know what, maybe Cube is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Jerry Heller is stealing all our money.
Even though there is a little shot at Cube on there. But Dre came out with Fuck with Dre Day, and everybody's celebrating, which the radio-friendly version is just Dre Day.
Right.
But the day Dre and Snoop got back at everyone, Eazy's former manager, Jerry Heller, along with Eazy and rapper Tim Dog.
Fuck Compton.
Luke.
Luke's spending
and even Ice Cube
Luke's
weren't
getting
safe.
fucked.
In the end, Dre had the last laugh. That song ended up charting number 8 on the Billboard charts, and the Chronic did okay.
Yeah.
To triple platinum okay.
Yeah. And how's that Detox album?
It's still coming.
Okay.
Detox takes a long time, man.
It does.
And it's funny, you mentioned Fuck Compton.
Yeah.
Because Tim Dog is number 5 on his list.
Tim Dog, who, do you remember the article we did on Tim Dog?
Yes.
Him faking his own death and then
Yep.
actually dying and being found out. And
Yep. Frustrated at all the attention adorning West Coast and NWA in particular, Tim Dog let loose on an entire city with Fuck Compton.
Yeah.
Come to New York and we'll see who gets robbed, he said. Basically sparking the East Coast, West Coast wars that would kick off a few years later. And yeah, the story of Tim Dog is just crazy.
Yeah,
number 4, I had completely forgotten about.
Well, that's because he is Mr. calm, cool, collected. He is laid back. He is mellow.
He's he's intelligent.
He used
he's
to love her.
thoughtful. He's intellectual and all that. But back in 1996, Common let loose with The Bitch in You.
Yeah.
Ice Cube apparently took offense to certain lines in Common's "I used to love her," H-E-R.
Right. It's when he said, that you went out to the West Coast and now you're hanging out, with gangster bitches. And so Ice Cube got mad and was like, when we got hip hop, we destroyed it. Is that what you're saying? We did something wrong to it? That's what made him all pissed off about it.
And he let go of a record towards Common.
Mm-hmm.
West Side Slaughterhouse.
Yep.
Which I believe was on the West Side Connection album.
Probably.
But Cube clearly underestimated Common because The Bitch in You came back and tore apart Cube's credentials, his recent music, and even ended it by quoting Cube's own lyrics back at him. Oh. Fatality.
Indeed.
The Ice Cube Common beef was bad enough it required Louis Farrakhan to squash it.
Yeah.
But years later, they both starred in a barbershop sequel. So who really won that one?
Yeah, they both win because we can all get paid.
Number 3 on the list, and it's funny that Eminem really has this affinity for the West Coast guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dre's his boy.
Real Motherfucking G's by Eazy-E. Now, I don't agree with the hot new hip-hop take on this, where it says Eazy-E had the best voice in NWA.
Yeah.
I think Cube did, to be honest with you.
Okay. He may have had the best voice at this point in the game,
Maybe.
Because Dre was gone and Cube was gone.
Yeah. He used it to lay waste upon Dre and Snoop in Real Motherfucking G's, improving upon Dre's G-Funk production to insulting both of them for signing with Death Row, questioning Dre's past, and getting a portion of his royalties was simply the icing upon the cake for Easy. But I think Dre won because Dre is making billions of dollars and Easy died of AIDS.
He did.
So this one, again, out of nowhere, number 2 on his list.
I love this. I will tell you, since we have had the ability to play music, which is probably about after our first year, first 6 months or so that we actually got that all figured out and how to do it and everything. Since we've had the ability to play music, I have wanted to use YZ as an artist, as a record of the week. I can't find any of his music available streaming.
Right.
Sons of the Father is the album I'm looking for. So anybody who has it digitally, hit me up.
Hit us up.
Because I could really, really use it.
Both YZ, and they mentioned YZ's Disfilier. YZ and hip-hop group Poor Righteous Teachers were both signed by Diversity Records, a label YZ happened to be part owner of. Conflicts and a fight over reels would soon force Poor Righteous Teachers off of Diversity Records. And when YZ later heard their work, produced by Tony D, who also made beats for YZ, he laid 2 verses aimed directly at their leader, Wise Intelligent, for daring to step to him.
Culture freedom. Come back with me, apple pie.
I just think it's funny that Wise Intelligent and YZ, which if you say it quick is wise.
Yep.
But the number 1 track on this list, and it deserves its place because it's also the birth of Bill Reed's lyrics.
It is.
Was Tupac's Hit 'Em Up. And Tupac came for everybody.
Yeah. And didn't even do it himself. He said, all right, this is what I got. Now I'm going to pass it along.
Hit 'Em Up is still a tough diss to forget. Listening to it now, you can hear Tupac step over the proverbial line and wander into murky territory. He went after Biggie, Piss Dookie, the entire East Coast.
When you start off a song saying, that's why I fucked your
Fuck
bitch. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah.
Whoa! There are lines you don't cross. And if you crossed it, you don't come and talk about it.
No, he crossed that line, and then he turned back and pissed on it.
Yeah.
He goes, that I feel like was the first time I ever heard anybody get that personal on a diss, said Eminem himself. Most of it, the majority was personal below the belt jabs and shit like that, but it was done so well and the record was so crazy that you forget that it's an angry record and you just start bopping to it.
Yeah.
But, man. And it's the birth of Bill Reed's lyrics.
It is, which holds a little special place on this show.
And that's going to do it for Hip Hop Headlines for episode 257. We are going to take our first break of the evening. We'll probably both refill our TBT Posse mugs with our Death Wish black coffee.
Yay.
And we will be right back with some woo news after this break. Episode 257 of Mr. Throwback Thursday. Happy New Year, y'all.
Yay. All right. Let me come over here real quick and take a look at.
See, that was a little more conversational this week than reading.
Yes, and anybody who's watching, if you would like to read all of these articles, they will be available on Thursday.
On the show notes.
In the show notes, yep.
Go to MrThrowbackThursday.com, click on this week's episode, go to the show notes, and if nothing else, if you haven't seen it, go watch that trailer for us.
Yeah, which is what I'm going to do when we're done here, because I've been meaning to do it since I threw the article up, and I just never got back to it.
It's like a 2.5 minute trailer. You probably have time to watch it now while we're in break.
And then while you're over there on the website, swing by.
Hit us up.
You know.
And give us your best and or worst of the first 5 years of Mr. Throwback Thursday. Favorite or least favorite moment. But we want to hear your voice. We want to be able to bring the posse to each other.
Yes. You hear us every week, like it or not.
And we want to hear, we want to hear you. And I don't want your words to be diluted through my filter. So.
May not put the proper emphasis on the correct syllables.
On the right syllables. That's right. Because I do shit like that.
Yes. And Happy New Year to you, Ms. Dunmeyer. Alrighty. Are you prepared? Hey, Teresa joined. Congratulations to Teresa and Gabe.
I was going to say, would that be the newlywed Teresa
yes,
Bryant?
It would be.
So, congratulations.
To the head of the candles and the head of her shipping department.
That's right. So,
all right.
I got 2 pieces of woo news, and then we'll get into these obscure ass records.
Oh yeah, I should probably open Spotify, huh?
Eventually,
since I'm gonna need that and all.
Unless you want to sing every single track.
I do not.
That would be a.
John Henderson got his patches.
Huh?
John Henderson got his patches from 2 weeks ago.
Good.
All right. Let me make sure that that's up and running before we... Okay. So we're bringing in with a... drop! And then we'll get into some wooage newage.
Wooage newage.
All right. So let's bring this in with a Shri. Woo's your mama?
Yeah, this is your boy Chi Ali, and I'm chillin', tuned in to my boy Mr. Throwback Thursday. Throw that shit back for me, homie.
Get a taste of the lemon, lima, ica, maca, fracka, lacka, river tracks like a tractor, rap reactor with more than a bionic man. I'm blown up as if I was atomic. No goes on my caps when I rap, so when I'm starting, I press you know, and I don't, and you know, and I don't, ain't no future.
The RZA, the Jizza, run, break this, it's Jack, you man, go kill and hold it, and hold it.
And now, Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Wow, that hurts so much. I'm going to try that one again.
Yeah, it sounded like we put that one through a blender.
So let's bring in this woo with a Shri. Woo's your mama?
Woo.
Okay, one more time. It does not like that at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's transition out of that. Then we'll come back in. Try it again.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, You God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and Old Dirty Bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all.
Welcome back to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 257.
Proper.
It is now in proper. Pause. No, we had our pause.
We did.
So it is time for Woo News. And we have 2 articles of Woo News. And I saw this article, and I was going to send it to you, but I figured you already had it.
It was posted a few times. I believe John Henderson actually posted it on the Posse page.
Yeah, I saw it in the New York Post while I was reading the paper one day because, that would make sense.
Not on page 6.
No, not on page 6. According to thehill.com, New York City is set to get a Wu-Tang Clan district. I wonder if when you walk through it, you have to protect your neck.
Well, of course.
The New York City Council unanimously voted to name a street after the renowned hip-hop group Wu-Tang Clan. And this is according to NPR News. The council, it was a unanimous vote too, 48-0.
Nice. That's what I'm talking
final
about.
Meeting of the year last week to co-name the street and several more after the group and other notable music acts and legendary offsprings of the city, such as Notorious B.I.G., Woody Guthrie, and poet Audre Lorde. As part of the move, which is pending for a final sign-off by Mayor de Blasio of New York City, so we'll see what happens there. An intersection in Shaolin, Staten Island, the home of the Wu-Tang Clan, would be called Wu-Tang Clan District. And a Brooklyn block in Bed-Stuy, where Wallace grew up, would be named Christopher Wallace Way. Now, wasn't there talk about a Christopher Wallace Way or a Notorious B.I.G. Way or something like that?
There was.
Christopher Wallace Way, I think there was.
Yes.
But I think they finally got around to voting on it. It says local culture advocate Leroy McCarthy, who led the Wu-Tang in Big Effort, told NPR he felt the recognition was long overdue. And his quote, there's a certain sense of dismissal for hip-hop on a historic level. They think it's not worthy of being recognized or the recognition that would you give to classic music or jazz or rock and roll. Hip-hop deserves that respect.
As we've been saying for forever.
Now, it should pass with de Blasio because de Blasio, a few years ago, if you remember, renamed a part of Sedgwick Avenue Hip-Hop Boulevard.
Yep.
So that came in recognition of DJ Kool Herc, of course, who threw the party on the Ave in 73, and that's basically the birth of hip-hop as we know it.
As we know it, yes. As record will show.
So, pretty cool thing. Let's hope de Blasio doesn't, succumb to peer pressure, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
De Blasio's he's been hit or miss as New York City mayor, so we'll see what happens with that. Double XL brings us our other article of news. Double XL. You have titled this one W Games.
Yeah.
As opposed to X Games.
Yes, we have advanced.
Apparently we have not advanced because W comes before X in the alphabet. So we have
but if
regressed a letter.
If you started with X, we got to work back toward the beginning.
But then X gonna give it to you. So
next month.
Wu-Tang Clan and POS to perform at the 2019 X Games in Minneapolis.
Is
There's
POS
your link.
Piece of shit. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah. I got nothing for you. The legendary Wu-Tang Clan underground staple POS have been tapped to perform at the 2019 X Games in Minneapolis next August. This was announced by ESPN because, they made up the X Games, for lack of a better word. Over the course of 4 days from
like
August
the XFL?
1st. No, that's a Vince McMahon thing.
It is.
I'm actually anxious to see how that goes because there's also that All-American Football League or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
The AAFL. Over the course of 4 days from August 1st to the 4th, Wu-Tang and POS will perform among a lineup that also includes producer Diplo, rock band Incubus, and more. Incubus hasn't had a hit in years.
Yeah.
Then again, I suppose you can't really say Wu-Tang has either.
No, they've tried.
Both Wu-Tang and POS take the stage on August 2nd. The X Games in Aspen earlier this year, even though he had a bit of difficulty with the high altitudes, which is kind of funny, there was a performance by... I just find it funny that he had a problem with high altitudes. This altitude is killing me, you know, a breathless meth told ESPN at the time. Hard to complete a sentence without taking that deep breath. Luckily, as part of the Wu-Tang, he will not have to battle such altitudes in Minneapolis. Fans can expect classics from Wu-Tang, whose album turned 25 last year, I guess we can say now, since it's 2019. POS, he'll be performing in his home state, so it's sure to be a good show. You can get tickets at the official X Games website. General admission tickets actually start at as little as $20. So, but you don't get the music options with those. It really depends if you want to see people, you know, doing half pipe and
street luge.
I'm sure Meth likes the half pipe. But
he likes the full pipe.
He does like the full pipe. Our last bit of Woo news. Old Dirty Bastard is still dead. You God, still not very good.
Nay to the nay.
Okay, John Panette, you say nay, nay. So that's going to bring us to our one and done for episode 257. The first one and done of 2019.
Yes.
And holy shit, man.
Okay. Let me give you a small bit of background of how we got here.
As they said in My Cousin Vinny, I would love to hear this.
So there I was listening to some EPMD.
Which you are known to do.
Yes.
Make some noise.
And then I ended up strolling from there to Eric,
artists.
And then I listened to some Parrish by himself, and then I listened to some Redman, and then I realized that there was a female member of the Hit Squad, and I said, "Why didn't I know?"
Were you aware of that before?
I was not, and
that's saying something.
I said,
"This brother knows everybody's freaking blood type in the Hit Squad."
And I said, "I don't remember there being a female member of the Hit Squad." So I, of course, had to dig deep and see what I could find. And this is what I find.
And what he found was our one and done for episode 257, which was released on September 16th of 1997 on HOLA Records. Hola. Produced by Domingo, Luis Miranda, and Al Butter McLean.
Franken. Oh.
No, can't say Al Franken right now. It runs 48 minutes and 45 seconds long, and it is the one and only studio album by Hurricane G.
What?
And it's called All Woman. And HOLA Recordings, owned by Jelly Bean Benitez.
Ah.
Just thought that was kind of interesting. It says the album was poorly promoted and failed to reach the Billboard album charts, but the lead single did become somewhat successful, and we'll get to that in just a bit.
Here's my question. If you are a member of Hit Squad, how do you not have some of the best production in the world? How did they let you get out and go somewhere else?
I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, you got Eric Sermon in there.
Well, maybe Eric learned a little bit since 1997 as far as promotion and
because he's
things
not
like
he
that.
didn't promote this one.
No,
he just stepped back and said, "Go ahead, you go hang around with Domingo and whatever producers
And you know
want
what?
to do
This
for
has
you.
a decidedly Latin flavor to it, too.
Well, yeah, you'll see why.
So let's take a look. I got 15 tracks on this record.
That's what I got.
And I think our Periscope feed is stuck.
I think you're stuck.
You're stuck. I'm stuck. We all stuck.
Just refresh it. I'm looking at the Spotify feed.
Yeah, I'm refreshing it now. Periscope's just acting funny.
Yeah, it shut down on me earlier.
All right, so let us start with track number 1, which is an intro entitled Intro.
Nice. Spotify says, can't play current song. I can't play intro.
Why not?
All right, let's go back and try it again. I'm guessing that's the hurricane. Stand back.
There's a hurricane coming through. We got to get Shane Helms to make an appearance. Track number 2. We're all the way live. All the way live.
Yes, yes.
All the way live, feel my vibe, skipping you physicals like ink I tracks. Miss Hurricane G Rodriguez, jumping with Jelly Bean Benitez. Juno, glow, body CEO, kick ass, get the cash, dash.
She said Juno, like Alaska.
I think I know why she calls herself Hurricane G. Hurricanes blow a lot.
Hey, it's early. We're only one in a intro in. And that intro was blowing a lot.
Hurricane G Martinez, she said.
Yes.
Track number 3, Underground Lockdown. Hugo's familiar with this. He said her voice always annoyed him.
At least we got somebody who knows it.
Check it out. Check. Hurricane G to the rescue. Here to bless you with the bilingual special. Mic check. My lyrical manifestation. Divination. Tricks, please. I put that ass at ease like Macintosh and Wash. All that paste off your face with these.
Like Macintosh and Wash. All that paste off your face.
Track number 4, Rock You. It's funny, she spells it like Rockefeller Records.
Mm.
Old school, baby. What you know about that?
I don't know. Hey,
I be that Q-U-double-E-N. Spitting gems from start to end. I open the shut case like a face-to-face. Original slow pace. Pumping you up like the gym. Miss Thing. Make your world spin.
I believe that she came up under Parrish because she has
She
that
has that
offbeat ride
same-
flow.
Yeah, she has that innate ability to not quite be equal to the beat. Hugo says he knew her from being on other stuff, not from this album. Okay, that makes sense.
Since this was her only one on her own.
Track number 5, Somebody Else.
Tracks that I'm going to be on in the future.
As in
Somebody else.
I wish we had chosen somebody else for the one and done.
That's right.
Wow, something on beat.
It's not her, though.
Hey yo, boo, what's fucking with you? Things ain't been the same between me and you. It was all love from the start. You was coming real from the heart, hooking me off like stars. Long walks in the park and all that. My big black.
I'm blaming her production on this. If they just slow it down a half a beat, she's on.
It reminds me of somebody spinning their tires driving on ice, you know? Not quite there.
Yeah.
Track number 6, El Barrio.
Okay, player.
Music was okay.
Yeah.
Track number 7. Mama!
Mommy, you're the world's greatest teacher. Please forgive me, I didn't mean to deceive you. And everything you said was gonna happen exactly how you said they would. Growing up in the hood was hard, but you showed me how to believe in God and in myself. Self-knowledge, I just couldn't with college. The streets gave me a new heartbeat.
She couldn't. With college.
Track number 8. Whatever. Spelled in a way I've never seen it spelled before.
Because she couldn't fuck with college.
Whatever.
Looks more like Woo-Teva, which sounds like a Wu-Tang affiliate.
It does.
Dick up in your mouth, bitch.
Now they bleeped out on the last track, and this one starts with dick up in your mouth, bitch.
Chopping boils like screamers. Wicked metaphors that make MCs wonder what type of spell I be under. Shaking down the industry with authority, a real MC who could bang like Wu-Tang with many styles and methods.
There you go. Many styles, many styles.
Track number 9. Boricua Mami.
Welcome to your manhood. I make you feel too good like no other woman could. Your biggest fantasy, I bring it to reality. With the gift to be your love specialist. Whatever you wish, cause I got the cure like a pharmacist.
And to Hugo's question, she was on Bomb Bomb Z, the Keith Murray track.
Excellent. Track number 10 features Das Effects, which makes sense because they have a habit of being just slightly off the beat sometimes too.
Yes.
And it's called Coast to Coast.
Biggity back the fuck up, show
no, don't do that.
Ain't no squad crew click who can hold me. Them Brooklyn niggas show me, and my mama told me never let a brother out here scold me. You motherfuckers don't own me, so therefore you can never control me. I'm a King G-Rap, make you hit the deck with your weave in the back. Facts, freak, ain't shit sweet. Your whole physique could be
And jump ahead and see if we get to hear our boy Crazy.
Your motherfucking clown like Krusty is just me. Biggity motherfucking Dre, okay, no way, Jose, we don't play.
Crazy.
That was
crazy.
worth a jump on.
Yes.
Track number 11 is only 36 seconds long. It's called G, Toya, and Nene, and it goes into track 12, No Love, as opposed to One Love, One Love.
Baby father gonna be buying other people's houses, cars, and all types of shit. What's the deal with that?
I'm saying I ain't even trying to go there right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'ma hold my own. Ain't no nigga.
On the serious tip, you should have took that nigga to court.
Sued his motherfucking ass.
Shit. Take an eyeball. I'm gonna tell you, get some cash off of that right there.
I'm saying though, it's all love though. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
I maintain.
I could dig it.
Can you dig it?
Rock steady. Nah, nigga, beat it. Roll out. Play to style. Huh. Yeah, you wanna get it on like Marvin? Well, I got news for you, darling. I ain't putting up with this stress. Use a mess.
Still just slightly off.
I just love the fact that she rhymes distress with use a mess. Oh, honey, look in the mirror. Track number 13, Never Give Up. Unless you realize that your first album is terrible and you don't record another one.
Then
Hey,
become
to all
feature
my
queen.
Fam, you know what I'm saying? Cause cause I love all of y'all. I remember back in the days, my family went all out to get paid. 127 Wyckoff Street, where we never got sleep. Peeps hustling dope and leak. Abuela kept hot.
She's actually on beat on this one.
On the stove and a hot loaf of
You should look and see if somebody else produced that one.
It does not. It doesn't say any other producers.
I bet you that
it
was
doesn't
a
give...
different one. I bet you that was somebody who said, "All right, what do we need to do here?"
Track number 14, "De Corazón," of heart. Because I know my Spanish.
Even that's offbeat.
Hold it down, Bobby. I be that type, mommy. On mind, body, and spirit when I bring it. I make you feel real good, baby. That type lady who ain't lazy. All I need is your sweet affection.
And it lasted for one song.
Yep.
Oh, well. Track number 15 is the outro. Since we started with the intro, the last track is the outro, and it's called Outro.
The same way we came in, it's the same way we're going out.
That's right.
With a whole lot
of wind. That is your one and done for episode 257. All Woman by Hurricane G. Oddly enough, one track had some charting action on it.
One?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one with Das Effects? Because that's the only one. I would listen to De Corazon. I'd listen to that.
Mm-hmm. Nope, it was track number 5. Somebody Else.
Okay.
Charted on two charts.
Who should we listen to? Somebody else.
Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Singles and Tracks. It peaked at number 54, and on the Billboard Hot Rap Singles, that song went all the way up to number 10.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it again because I don't know anything on there that I would have ranked that high.
Yeah, so that's your homework. Listen to that thing again and see if
somebody else listen to it and tell me if
John said intro should have charted more so than outro. But that was your first one and done of episode of 2019, and we can only go up from there, I guess.
Yeah, I would hope.
Now let's see if we have better luck with the record of the week.
I would hope so.
The record of the week is rather descriptive.
Yeah. I've not been known in the past to throw two stinkers in the same show. I've done it, but it's not a thing that I do.
Yes. And the record of the week from your new artist of the month.
It's funny how we do that.
The artist of the month is, for January of 2019, the Underground Kings, but you know them better as UGK. And this record is their second studio album.
It is.
It came to us August 30th of 1994 on Jive Records. And it runs 51 minutes and 48 seconds long. It was produced by Pimp C.
Yes.
And DJ DMD. It is called Super Tight and by UGK.
I'm making it a point this year to show a little more love to the South.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just a doom 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 doom. Not that South, but
right
in general, because we have. I'll call it a bias, but it's not an intentional bias. You know, we were born and raised in New York, so we came up with the New York sound. So it's a lot easier for us to go, ooh, record of the week. Let's use this, and it's an East Coast artist. So we're making
concerted
effort? Yes. Not a concerted, but a concerted effort to bring you more south.
With an F.
Of course.
I got 11 tracks on this.
11 tracks. How many is Professor Bun B bringing us? I got 11.
The Professor jives with us, which is good because it's Jive Records. We will start with track number 1, which is Return, because it's their second album.
It
makes
is.
Sense. See, I like when things make sense.
Yes.
Oh, I'm already digging this a lot more. Gotta love that Dallas, Texas sound, man.
Don't carry no sugar in their nutsacks.
Track number 2, Underground. Why are you playing the motherfucking piano?
I ain't cue nothing.
I ain't reading nothing.
All right, that's all we're going to give you.
John Henderson says, what? No intro? No.
No.
UPK did not need an intro. They were coming back with their second album, so they went right into Return.
Hell yes.
Track number 3. Apparently it's supposed to bubble.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Well, now you know.
It's good. I hate to think it was bubbling when it wasn't supposed to.
Bubbling, 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 bubbling until it's boiled. Now that's 30 seconds of intro that I can get down with. You know, it doesn't feel like it's forced to be there. It's just a natural. It was supposed to be there. That's how the song goes, you know.
Right. Track number 4. This sounds like something we would do.
Man, it was close. It was close.
I left it wet for you. Because I'm a gentleman, you know.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That sounded way too much like Hawaiian Sophie. Oh, yeah.
Pause.
My baby mama brother came and told me some shit about this nigga talking about his gypsy wiggy don't split. I laugh, man, I
John Henderson says he loves him some smooth jazz. But
I'm telling.
Stand by because there's a few Guru specific albums coming this year. That will be right up your alley.
Yes. Track number 5, Feds in Town.
1994
In your face. Running from the law, the press, and the parents.
My name's not Michael Diamond.
No, it's Clarence.
Nor is it Clarence. Track number 6, Pocket Full of Stones.
Oh,
Part
yeah.
2.
I got a pocket full of stones.
I'm fresh out of jail, so you know a nigga swole. Straight to short Texas, where the fucking dope is sold. Cocaine lady, white lady, selling good. Got them hoes on that boy in my motherfucking hood. Making all that paper fucking hoes in the sheets. Motherfucker feel it, smoking big fat swishy sweets.
It's a return of the main motherfucker selling crack. Time to give it away now.
Ah, the professor.
Track number 7.
Everybody knows this song. Well, maybe not everybody. Everybody knows this song.
Featuring Smoke D. This one's called Front, Back, and Side to Side.
Side to side, got front and back, and side to side, got front and back, and side to side.
never let hoe ass niggas ride.
Got front and back, and side to side, got front and back, and side to side.
Pearl paint job is hard. White plush inside, looking robe is fresh.
Now that's some Texas stuff right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We didn't have that stuff in New York.
No, and I kind of wish we did because that shit was smooth.
Yes, it was.
Track number 8, Protect and Serve.
Mr. Copper, can we speak? How many niggas do you beat down in a week? And do you get a kick when you
Bow, 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 bow. I love that sound.
Track number 9 features 3-2, and it's called Stoned Junkie.
Goddamn boy. Motherfucker. Big old slave. Big baby. Check on baby. Snap, crack, and pop, go to big bowl. Nigga feeling but steady holding with a tight hold. No more crack.
Track number 10 also features 3-2. And this sounds like it could be a Bill Reed's lyrics sometime in the future. Because pussy got me dizzy.
Like Gillespie. Desire. Why does it sound like it was recorded at 2 different times by 2 different people? Go, all right, dude. I just need to hook the got me dizzy.
Why does it sound like Outcast to me?
Yeah. I just need you to sit out there and say, got me dizzy. Just do that like 6 or 7 times. And then somebody goes, pussy. Got me dizzy. Pussy. We got it. He doesn't want to say it, so we're going to take care of it for him.
Kind of like the DMX thing where we thought that all those samples were
one time,
but the live version of Rudolph sounds like those samples. So I think he's just really good at going what all the time.
There's even Flav has variation on Yeah Boy. There is no change in what it just is what it is.
Well,
and he got me dizzy.
Unfortunately, we at the end of this record because there's only 11 tracks on it. The last track number 11, produced by both Pimp C and DJ DMD, is 316s. Not Austin 316.
No.
Because Austin 316 says, I just whipped her ass.
Damn straight.
What's up, motherfucker? Yeah, it's the funk dropper, the punk stopper, the trunk popper, ready to break your off something proper. You know I'm a villain, so I drop. Fuck a block, I'm throwing it.
See that right there? That is what I look for from UGK. When I'm in the mood for that, I don't even know how to explain that.
It's not quite as grimy as an Onyx or something, but it's just heavy.
Yeah.
It's like Ghetto Boys times 2.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's probably the best way to put it.
I just love that feel. And when I need something that's not classic East Coast sound, that's what I veer toward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, and I'm telling you right now, this record is going right into the Apple Music library as soon as we're done recording, because I forgot just how damn good this one is. Everybody knows their first one, and they know their third one. They know Too Hard to Swallow, and they know Riding Dirty.
Yep.
But I forget, the album title says it all. This record's super tight.
It is.
So
Rock front
that
back,
is
side to side.
that is your record of the week for episode 257, brought to you by your artist of the month for January 2019, UGK with Super Tight. Now, I don't
Not
see where there were
Supersonic.
any singles.
Which is strange because, I
thought
Pocket
Front,
Full
Back,
of
Side to
Stones
Side.
and Front and Back and Side to Side were two giant songs, but, maybe they just never charted.
But the record itself, the album charted on 2 charts.
Well, that's good.
On the U.S. Billboard 200 in 1994, it went in the top half. It peaked at 95, which is saying something.
It is.
For a band who literally has underground in their name.
Yeah.
And the top R&B hip-hop albums, it peaked at number 9. So those in the know as far as this record goes. So that is the record of the week for episode 257.
I'm a fan.
Super Tight by Underground Kings, also known as UGK, your artist of the month for January 2019. We will give you one more reminder. I don't quite know why we're doing it, but we will remind you that if you want to torture yourself a little bit more, you can listen to the record that we had before, Hurricane G with All Woman.
Yeah, you should listen to the whole thing and get a total feel of hatred or whatever for it.
You know what? Put it on your phone. If you're a little constipated, that will make you shit yourself. So
sound the alarm. Ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa, hey.
Oh my God. Anyway. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it to you since we had our Christmas party a couple of, like 4 weeks ago now for work. I told you in text, they played
Murder, She Wrote?
Your Murder, She Wrote during this little mix session. I
love that.
I'm sitting there and all of a sudden I was like, Shakademus?
I know this little girl, her name is Maxie.
And Janelle looked at me and she goes, isn't that your Maxie song? I was like, yes,
it is.
Shakademus.
Well, my wife's cousin's wedding a few years ago out there in Vegas, the DJ played it during the reception. I'm like, what? Dude, come here. Big ups, man. Because
let me give you some props.
That's my jam.
Give him a little fist bump. That's right. So, go check out the Artist of the Month. Take any one of the records of the UGK catalog. Listen to them all because they're all really, really good. But make sure that you do the Artist of the Month treatment. Pick a record, put it on repeat, shuffle however you want to do it. Turn your volume down on your streaming device and just stream it overnight because these artists still get paid for every stream. And this is our way of helping out these artists to, kind of keep themselves relevant and make them some money. And especially a record this good. I would just, like I said, I'm just going to put this one on my Apple Music and listen to it. So,
yeah, I'm big fan.
In fact, let's make sure it's even there. So,
because we know it's on Spotify.
We do know it's on Spotify. But that's the beauty of going to Apple Music and just typing in UGK in Apple Music in artists. UGK.
Rock
and
front back, side to side.
The Essential album is Riding Dirty, and it says that Riding Dirty is to the south what Public Enemy's It Takes a Nation of Millions was to the east. Wow. And that's not a bad comparison, to be honest with you. But
as Andy Samberg said, as Nick Cage, that's high praise.
So, Super Tight by UGK.
Nice.
Being downloaded as we speak. Taking it to the house. They got a whole lot of albums on here. The Big Time Way, The Essential UGK, UGK for Life, UGK, The Southern Way, Dirty Money, Riding Dirty, and Too Hard to Swallow, all on Apple Music.
Nice.
So I'm going to be adding a couple of them. I think I'll be adding Riding Dirty too. So get your UGK fix, and we will come back.
Professor Bun B.
And I hope I didn't spoil Bill Reed's lyrics for myself, because there were a couple of options in that last record.
There were, and I purposefully avoided them because I didn't want you to go, I know I'm going to be reading that one. No, I went off the board.
Did you go with the one off of Riding Dirty called Fuck My Car? Like, God damn it, now I got to pick another one. And he'll do that during the break. So we will be right back. Episode 257 of Mr. Throwback Thursday. First episode of 2019. The boys are bringing it to you. You might as well come back and take it.
Yes, John, in the cage. That's hot praise. All right, let's see what we got here. Coming up for Chaw. I gotta pull it up in my notes here. Putting this up here.
See, this tells you all you need to know about my damn iTunes library, my Apple Music library. My 4 most recent downloaded albums, recently added. Herb Alpert's Rise.
Okay.
And the reason I added that is because of the sample that was from Hypnotize.
Yep.
Which was from the song Rise, which most people don't remember. George Jones' 16 biggest hits, because, you know, George Jones is a fucking master.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling my classic country. And Riding Dirty and Super Tight, both by UGK. So, and that adds to Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and the Basketball soundtrack so that I could get Beer by Real Big Fish.
Real Big Fish, yeah. That's also on their first album.
Call me late last night, said she loved me so.
There's some really good stuff on their first album.
Mm-hmm.
That's not titled Sell Out.
I went through a ska phase where I listened to some Real Big Fish and the Boss Tones, and, you know, Perfect Thyroid played up here for years.
For years upon years.
They're still playing, actually.
They are. I follow Perfect Thyroid on a couple of different social media accounts.
Yeah, they still play.
Polyester. Yeah, I saw that they were performing. I was like, what?
And who else did I have? Save Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it. Real Big Fish, greatest hit, and more.
That would be Sell Out with me. Oh, yeah. Sell Out. Yeah, that was their hit.
And that was on Turn the Radio Off.
Turn the Radio Off, yeah. My favorite one on there is
Snoop Dogg, baby.
She's got a girlfriend now.
Yeah.
She has a girlfriend now. She said, guys don't do no more for me. Yeah, but until you can pull up what the I would say coolest ska album I ever added to my collection.
What one was that?
The name of the group was Mephistopheles.
You played that for me years ago.
Yep. Yeah.
I highly doubt
the Mephistopheles on there. Is it there?
God Bless Satan and Maximum Perversion.
Maximum Perversion is the one I have.
Dude, fucking Apple Music has everything.
Yep. But do they have Pygmy Love Circus? That's impressive if they do.
Pygmy Love Circus? That's
yes. That's the name of the album. Or name of the group. The name of the album is Drink Free Forever.
They do not have Pygmy Love Circus. They have the Velcro Pygmies. And that's it.
Put in Drink Free Forever.
Drink what?
Drink Free Forever.
Drink Free. No, they have girls drink free and they have ladies drink free. They don't have drink free forever.
Okay. And Sarah says, don't forget English Beat.
English Beat.
Yep.
I'm not going to forget them. I have the English Beat in artists.
Probably.
And top songs. They have, how many albums do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, now
one from
you
80,
have.
one from 81, one from 82, one from 2018.
That's kind of like perfect thyroid.
It's crazy.
All right. Let's kick off this last segment.
Dude, Mephistopheles. I can't believe they had that.
First, we will hit a little drop, and then we'll hit some lyrics. So let's bring it in with a Shri. Woo's your mama? Gail, get your mama.
Why?
Because she's with her mama, and she wants to watch Bill Reed's lyrics. So, Shri, woo's for Gail's mama?
Woo's for Gail's mama.
That beats from my mind.
Yeah. It's your boy 9, a.k.a. The Difference. You listening to Mr. Throwback Thursday. Watch me.
You know how I feel on the real. I back steel. It's like a jungle. Makes me wonder where my...
But it starts with Bill.
Bill is Preston. It's called reading. It's called top to bottom, left to right. Group words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headaches. Midol for any cramps.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Welcome back to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 257, and welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Yay.
And a special welcome to Gail's mom. I guess. I was just informed that Gail's mom is coming to watch Bill Reed's Lyrics, which I don't know whether to be...
It's fun for the whole family.
Oh, yes. It's high-quality family fun. Gail's mom's going to be like, I don't care how old you are. I do not want you watching these people. They are a bad influence.
That's high praise.
I know this week's title.
It's just gonna
Possibly.
Be a picture of Andy Samberg dressed as Nick Cage.
That's high praise.
That's high praise.
It's better than pause.
Hey, but it fit.
It did fit. It fit perfectly. Like a glove. So, anyway, it is indeed time for your first Bill Reed's Lyrics of 2019. And if you are not familiar, as maybe Carol, Gail's mom, is not familiar, Jamie will send me lyrics. 99 times out of 100, they're a little questionable. Sometimes they're even flat out dirty. She's 92 years old. Dude.
Nice. Perfect. Family fun, man. Family fun.
That would be the time for the legal disclaimer.
Bill
Reed's lyrics.
The Beezus disclaimer.
Bill Reed's lyrics is not intended to cause any distress, cardiac issues, or any other jitterbug music. I don't know if you have jitterbug music.
Not handy, but we could go sans music and I could enter it in post-production.
Either that or I'll just be like, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Michigan J. Frog voice, yes.
Yeah, Michigan J. Frog, yeah.
That's high praise.
All right, well, you just hit me with the damn...
I could do that.
With the damn lyrics.
What I should do is just put the lyrics in the Periscope chat.
In the chat?
In the Periscope chat.
You know what? You can send them to me, and then you can put them in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know if they can get to them if they're there, but here, I'm going to have to look up here.
That would be a very, very long chat, man. Oh, they should be
No,
able
I
to
mean the
scroll
link.
back up. Oh.
There's the link.
All right, well, let's see. Open le chat, which is French for cat, by the way.
Le fille, le fleur.
And I'm incredibly happy that this thing actually sent it as a hyperlink.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why for about a month it wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So, what we're going to do...
What I was telling was...
is we're going to go to the first actual verse.
Am I going to the cool teeth?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. And
run it right on down.
Oh, my good Lord. Did I mention she's 92, dude?
Did I mention this is our
You don't
goddamn
care.
show? So,
oh my good lord!
with no type of ado.
Hold up! I gotta make sure that this
you have
thing.
some ado.
I have some ado because it's still loading up, and I don't want it to skip.
Yes,
because you can't half-ass this thing.
You cannot.
Oh my!
You must full ass it.
It must be full assed. God, why does this thing take so long to load up? Genius is a bad website. Maybe if I expand on it.
Maybe.
Okay. Oh, good Lord. Okay.
So, with no type of ado, Grover Style no, whether nearer or further, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
See, you're playing with yourself, with your hands between your legs. You're masturbating because you can't keep waiting. Looking at my picture with your bra and soaked panties. I pull my dick out, your tongue stick out. I like the clitty clit, then suck the titty tit. I'm rather suave, not finished with the pussy yet. Now turn that ass out. I wanna wax it. Shoot my jism and bombs. I wanna tax it. Your bed, my bed. Fuck it, where's the elevator? I set your pussy off like a fucking detonator bomb. Relax and be calm. Tell your friends to leave, no time for cock blockers. I hate the girls who front, and really, cocksuckers, I have no time for phonies and kiddie games. A bunch of bitches with numbers and wrong names, I just chill and cold mac at the jam. I'm butt naked. The women say, God damn. He's X-rated. I've seen him in the video. He's jerking off on my girlfriend's booty, though. You want the dick too? Then come to me, though. Start sucking and sucking and keep sucking, and then for hours, I keep fucking. Waxing that ass like a super-rated pro. You think I'm bragging? Well, let's go. Cock 'em in the air and let your other sister watch. You getting hit by the X. I'm a porno star.
Well done, sir. Well done.
I just killed a 92-year-old woman.
Or you're bringing her back next week to see more.
She drinks Death Wish spiked, it says. Okay, there's nothing I can do to her that she's not doing to herself.
She was prepared. So. She was fully prepared for this evolution.
That was a good one, man.
Thank you.
Ultramagnetic MCs.
Yeah, but you had to hit the... I was going to go, we'll do said G. We'll do something different. I'm like, no, we got to do Cool Keith.
No, come on. Take a look at it. And it's
Fly Ricky the Wine Taster.
Yes. Fly Ricky the Wine Taster it is. Yeah, that was Bill Reed's lyrics. That's your first one for 2019. And
starting off strong.
Ranks right up there. I can't tell you she's not appropriate. I appreciate not appropriate.
Right in.
It's our kind of posse member.
Yes.
I can't believe I just did that and entertained a 92-year-old posse member.
Well,
so
yeah.
2019 is starting off great.
I told you this year's going to be different.
Yes. Not so different that we're going to do fantasy baseball because that shit just went.
No,
so,
that's Dennis Black and Asian going to play by himself.
I may play fantasy baseball, but it's not going to be through here.
I will not play fantasy baseball ever again.
I don't mind fantasy baseball. I usually draft a lot of Mets pitchers, but that's
too long, and you have to set your lineup per day.
Per day.
I'll be in the Kings of Sport League because Brother Nate never takes me out But,
you know what I like about Yahoo though,
Hmm.
because I play fantasy hockey there. If you go there on Monday when the week starts and just hit start active players,
Yeah.
it'll give you the option to do that for the whole week, and it'll just preload active
nice.
players for the week. So,
Well, I'll have to do that in the Kings of Sport League that I don't play, but I am always in.
right. So,
I don't even realize I'm in the league until after the All-Star break. I go, oh, yeah, I think I'm in that league.
Yeah, I think I'm in this league. Because I just got a trade request for somebody I didn't even know I had in a league I didn't know I was playing in.
Yep.
So, that was your first episode of 2019, episode 257. And I suppose we should probably wrap this thing up because really, what else can we go from here? So,
do you really want to start that challenge already this year?
No.
Okay.
No,
Then take us home.
No, we got 51 more weeks to have you just completely kill me. This whole episode, including that wonderful Bill Reads Lyrics segment, was fueled by death.
Yes.
As you can see from our cups.
And
through your TBT Posse mug, the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, or at deathwishcoffee.com. You can use the code Throwback and receive 10% off of your order. You can check out our friends at Def Rugs, defrugs.com. Oh, yeah, well, I had my hoodie on with my hat and your hat. So, Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out those wonderful hand-crafted rugs, which you can probably see behind Jamie as he has his UZN rug behind him.
And my EPMD one is
underfoot.
Yes, so I can't show you that one.
Bittersweet Candy Company, classic, handmade, batch, small batch, different, delicious, all that wonderful stuff.
Can't show you that because I eat it all as soon as I get it.
Mm-hmm. And you can order that at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code Throwback and you save 10% off your order there. We want to thank Heather for providing that code for us.
Mm-hmm.
Our friends over at Eclectic Goods Hand Painted Shoes, hopefully they're caught up with their holiday ordering. You can order hand painted, basically any design that you want, they can do. So go check out their work over on Facebook, on Twitter at Eclectic Goods, and see all of their work on Instagram's best way to see their stuff over at EG Custom Kicks.
Yes.
We talked to the man a couple of weeks ago, Pumice T. Mendola, meltedmics.com, MLTDMICS, our code Mr. Throwback Thursday for 10% off your order. Go check out his stuff. And finally, I believe we are probably going to eliminate the store link on the Mr. Throwback Thursday page.
Yes.
All of Mr. Throwback Thursday branded stuff will now be sold through Etsy.com/shop/geek-like-you.
Yes.
They will have a Mr. TBT section. You can get it all there through Geek Like You.
Yeah, there is a section there now. I think the folder is called Hip Hop. So it's got all the all the shirts that I've made that I wear on the show. And big ups to DJ Diamond for wearing his Salute the DJ shirt with the TBT Posse logo on the back. I've gotten contact from people who saw him. And
he loves that shirt, man.
He does. He was very excited.
So, yes, big ups to DJ Diamond. One of the true DJs still out there doing his thing. And we mentioned MrThrowbackThursday.com. That would be the home page for the social media network for this show. You can stop by there, leave us a voice message. Click on that microphone where it says hit us up. As we said, we're celebrating our 5-year anniversary pretty soon. So we want to know what your favorite or least favorite or anything memorable over the last 5 years. We got some answers on Twitter from a couple of people. Let us know when you started listening, if you can remember what episode number it was. We want to see how long you've been riding or dying with us. So
yes.
Check that out. You can follow us on Twitter at @the_MR_TBT and at Bill_MR_TBT right below our faces on the feed here. Go to the Facebook page and like that, and you can find us pretty well everywhere that podcasts are found, including couple of websites, the High Voltage Radio Network at highvoltageradio.com. And thanks to DJ Asthmatic, we are also on Hip Hop Menace Radio at hiphopmenace.com. And of course, every Thursday morning from 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern, you can find us on Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com, the home of last week's co-host, DJ B. And you can check our show out there and then listen to the All Request Thursday morning.
Yes.
And he will, if he's got it, he plays it. He plays some obscure stuff that Jamie throws at him. So
I dig pretty deep into my repertoire and see if I can trip him up. And not only does he find it, if he doesn't have it, he finds it. If he doesn't, not only does he do that, but he works it in seamlessly into his mix.
He's really good at that. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to Gail Dunmeyer, who brought her mom with her this week. Manny Baez, Fred Diedrich, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, and Sanket Patel. Cause, as they say in the movie Us, they got 5 on it.
Or more.
Want to get your name mentioned every week? Become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT. 2019, we still want to shout out our friends in the podcasting world. As always, check out the Kings of Sport with Brother Nate Milton and Marcus Vanderberg, who, by the way, I was the champion of Brother Nate Milton Fantasy Football League. I won the title.
Nice.
So I don't know if I'm going to get the call to go on the Kings of Sport, but I did indeed win the fantasy football. Now, you've won his league before,
I won last year.
You? So TBT Posse representing 2 years in a row. And the best part was I beat the franchise in the semifinals.
Yes.
So.
Anytime you can beat the franchise at all is a bonus.
Anthony, Imran, and Rug Boy over at the Jock and Nerd podcast, who we haven't heard from them in a while. We got to give them a call. Maybe we'll drop a speak pipe on them.
Yeah.
Go back in time to the era of VHS tapes and video stores with the Video Rangers podcast. You can come up with great things like Ghoulies. From our friends at the Death Wish Coffee Company, the only other podcast that can say they're fueled by death, because it's their product. It's the Fueled by Death cast with the incredible Jeff and the amazing D-Man. You can check them out. You can also check out our friend Talking Ty on her webpage at brooklyntynyc.com.
You need to watch Ty. I have a feeling big things are going to happen for her this year.
I have a feeling that too. Yeah, she's working real hard. The hardest working turntablist in the world. We already mentioned the man, DJB. It's Fresh Radio. You can get the app for your phone. I always forget that they have an app.
Yes.
Do not forget to subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Go to iTunes. Leave us a review.
Yeah.
We haven't had any in a while.
No,
if you're
quite a while.
new to this, you can go right to iTunes and give us a review. You can do it through Stitcher, I think. You can do it through Spotify. You can do it through iHeartRadio. Anywhere that you can find us, you are able to leave constructive criticism regarding the show. And we
don't just give us 1 star and no reason.
One jackass who did that in the first year, and I still haven't been able to find him. Anyway, we mentioned iTunes. We mentioned Stitcher. We mentioned all the other outlets. We forgot to mention TuneIn Radio. We forgot to mention the Google Play Store. They are also Mr. Throwback Thursday approved.
Yes.
Go find us. Share the good word. We wish everybody a happy and healthy 2019. Thank you for joining us for one more year. And in a couple of weeks, we'll have 5 on it.
Yes.
But until then, keep it classic. And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.